Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my show, The Engelic Show. I am your host, Engelic, the diva Everett. This is my get to know Melissa episode of my show and YouTube channel. I am drilled and got the opportunity to be sitting and chatting with my special guest and awesome friend, Miss Melissa Campbell.
Hi, everyone.
She is a yoga instructor. That's all I know, y'all, that she's a yoga instructor. Hello, Melissa. So glad to have you on my show and my YouTube channel.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, Angelique.
You're very welcome. You know I had to have you now. So tell me about Melissa.
Well, we've known each other for, I guess, close to 10 years. In that time, it's like I keep reinventing myself. I just keep going on to new things. And then I kind of circle back to things. So at the moment, I'm living in the city and I'm teaching yoga at the Buffalo Psychiatric Center with the inpatients at the mental hospital. And then I'm also teaching yoga at the YMCA. I moved into a very small apartment. I just got a cat, so I'm getting into the cat thing. I started playing ukulele. I've been playing Minecraft. So I'm just trying to find a balance between, giving and doing services and then doing stuff, for me that makes me feel good.
You got that right. I agree about that. It's a good thing you mentioned about moving back to the city. I know you are a country girl. I gotta put it out there. I know you're a country girl. Why come back into the city?
Well, the yoga job brought me back. So at first, I was living a little less than an hour from here. I still wanted to be close to my mom and close to my family, but it was far enough away to be out of the suburbs and into the country. Um, so I really got used to the pace. The pace is a little bit slower. Everything's a little bit more open. More nature, like animals, trees, like birds, all kinds of birds. And then the sky at night, the stars and the moon. I used to wake up in the middle of the night on a full moon just to go look at the moon. So that's something I really miss about being in the country, is kind of being more connected to nature. But I love the opportunity to do the work I'm doing now. And everything goes in cycles. So eventually I'll get back out to the city, and my dream has always been to have like a retreat center, like a healing yoga meditation kind of place. Um, and now that I have lived in the country a few years, I know it's somewhere I want to live in the future again. So I always just try to say, like, this is for now, everything's temporary. Where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be at right now, and I'm doing good work and doing good things. And although I may have come back, I still feel like I've gone forward,
Okay.
in many ways.
Well, that's good. At least you're going forward instead
Going
of
forward,
back. Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. But it's like, oh, you're back in the city. You're back. You're back. And it's like, well, I'm different though. I've grown. I've gotten things done. I've gotten to a new place, in my head, in my heart, that kind of thing. So,
And you're looking good as ever.
thank you.
Welcome. I just had to put that out there.
Well, our birthdays are coming up, so we'll be older
I
soon.
cannot get over it. You know it. Which, by the way, good thing you said that. I ain't waiting for mine though.
Yeah, you're celebrating all month.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm not waiting for it. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna be 40 this
Oh,
year, this
yeah, yeah,
month.
yeah.
And I ain't ready to be 40, but
Here it is. Yeah, I'll be 43, so I'm right there.
wait, you
I'm right
look
there with
good.
you. Yeah, we both look good.
But like I said, I ain't ready for it, but
Here it comes.
But I get it's gonna be coming before they know it. So, but yes, both our birthdays will be coming up. So we have to holler at my uncle because my uncle's birthday is this month too. Is at the
Oh,
end of
nice.
the month. So
Nice.
yeah, so all of our birthdays are coming up.
Yeah. Keep circling around the sun. Just keeps happening.
Yeah. All right, where am I at? Where am I at? Oh, here we go. Are you still a yoga instructor?
Yes. Um, I guess a few years ago, of course, we had COVID and everything got locked down. So I moved to teaching yoga online. So I went to a site, it's called Twitch, and Twitch is primarily for people that play video games, and other people watch. But they had a little health and fitness section, so I started teaching yoga online, and it was nice because I was, like we are right now. I am able to feel connected to you, although we are not in the same room together. And it helped sort of me be able to say things out loud without seeing what the other person is doing. But now that I've come back to Buffalo, I'm working in the state mental hospital. So I have this wonderful treat to be able to work with people who are really in a pretty bad spot. When people go to the hospital, sometimes they're there for a couple days or a week. The people that I work with have been in there for months or even years in some cases. So they have something going on that they can't seem to stabilize or fix, and they're in some way in danger to themselves or to others, or they just need some sort of assistance, with their daily life. Um, so my yoga practice has changed quite a bit because of it. And what it's done is it's really helped me boil down what is important. What do we have to do? Because a lot of people view yoga, as becoming a pretzel and getting down on the ground and sending your feet up into the air and then behind your head. And, that yoga can be very physically complicated. Um, but the basis of yoga is that you are bringing things together, yoking or making a union. So the union can be, with your breath and your body, with your mind's awareness and your breath. You can pull in sort of spiritual or energetic aspects into yoga. So the work that I have been doing with them has been more breath work, grounding, awareness of space, body awareness. Um, we've been taking little steps forward, and just sort of sharing the present moment together. Because a lot of us have a lot of stuff on our minds. And some of the people that I've been working with, they have some sad stuff on their mind. And what we strive to do in yoga is to just sort of put that on the back burner or just not pay attention to it for a moment, breathe together, be in the present moment together. We also we pray and we do well wishes and sort of manifesting kind of things, so that we will have joy and happiness, that we will have compassion, that we will have a path forward that has no obstacles, that we can move forward. Um, so that kind of work isn't really what people usually think of as yoga. It's definitely yoga, and we definitely do some physical movement and we do some stretching in that. Um, but it's really become the connection to the present moment, the awareness of our own breath, the ability to control the thoughts that we're thinking, um, and just bring some positivity and good vibes into the room for a minute.
I definitely agree about that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm also teaching at the YMCA. So that, of course, is with, functional people who go to the gym. And so with that, I usually I can lead. It's just a 45-minute class too, so it's tough to get everything in. But we usually do some spinal warm up kind of. We do breathing, grounding, spinal warm up kind of stuff. Then we go into a vinyasa flow. So the word vinyasa translates to flow or movement. So with vinyasa, it's like you breathe in, you raise your arms up. You breathe out, you bring your arms down. You breathe in, you step your foot back. You breathe out, you step your other foot back. And so by focusing on the breath and using the breath to guide the movement, people can find, uh, you can find like it's like a movement meditation where you're really focused on where your body part is going next. There isn't room, to get stuck in your head or stuck in your thoughts or the list or the things you got to write out or the past or the present or, any of that kind of stuff. We just come to, um, a beautiful moment of moving together. So that's been wonderful that I've been able to sort of do this work with the inpatients where it's sort of working on our darkness, shining light onto it, sort of purifying, getting, rid of some of the toxins, some of the trains of thought that aren't serving us. But then it's also nice to come to a spot where we're just going to do a lot of physical movement like I do at the Y. I'm hoping to maybe find a few other places. Um, there are a few agencies that I think would be great. I know Best Self is somewhere that offers a lot of different classes for people. I think Evergreen, they're another one where they offer, a lot of classes. I think they might be open to the public. They might be open to just people who are kind of clients or customers. But I'm more interested in working with the general public, um, rather than being exclusive or only being for one group or another. I really want to be able to share, what I do because it's been so helpful to me, and I've seen it be helpful to other people too. So I'm hoping, just to add a few other things into my schedule. But for now, I'm really happy with the yoga I'm leading at this point.
Well, that's good, and it's good that you touched on Evergreen, 'cause I actually go to Evergreen, so
Oh, really? Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I do. I have a
Huh.
couple of doctor visits at Evergreen, so
And I think, and yeah, they have like their places on, I think, Chippewa and Elmwood. I think they have a room or a space there where um, they can lead stuff there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you go to that one or not. They have a few locations.
yeah, they do. The one I go to is
Yeah.
on
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hamwood.
Okay, right. So, and yeah, so I'm not sure if that's just sort of an office or if that sort of or offers, but at least I know the one on Chippewa, there is like a room where they can hold groups or classes or, stuff like that.
Well, that's good. That's very interesting, alright. So that's good. And I guess I don't really have to ask you this question because we already talked about where. Okay, you
Oh,
always said the why. We had a second part to this second question, which was, and where are your yoga classes located at?
oh yeah, yeah. So I just went on and
You
on.
always mentioned that.
So
Okay.
one thing I would add to that, and you might be interested in doing this too. There's the Apollo Media Center. It's on Jefferson and Utica, and they have a whole studio there where they offer, the public. You have to do training to be able to use their equipment, but they have all this, studio equipment like big real cameras and all that. Um, Different monitors, like they have a whole setup. And I was hoping I just did my first class. I have to do one more class before I'm able to use the facility. Um, but I would be able to record myself doing some yoga there. And I hope to be able to put some of that on my YouTube channel, which is
Ooh.
very small, but I'm building it. So I think that would be, probably something I'd be looking towards as well, is getting some of it professionally recorded.
Well, that's good, and it's good you mentioned that because I did not know. I did not know you were on YouTube. I
Oh,
didn't know that on YouTube channel.
yeah, yeah. Mel's Camp. Mel's Camp everywhere.
I never knew that until I seen it. I said, "Let me subscribe to her."
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to you for sure.
Alright, so, how you like living? Because we already mentioned about the country and the city
Oh
already.
yeah.
So, how you like living in the city versus the country?
Well, I mean, the city, it's convenient. Everything's right here. I have a couple restaurants that are right here. I'm right near Grant Street. So there's a lot of shopping. There, Gershio's is still open, so I can go to sort of that old world Italian, grocery market kind of feel. There's a lot of different ethnic stores. So I know there's an African grocery store. There's more of an Indian, Pakistani, Baghdadi kind of restaurant, and then, or sorry, grocery store where I can get the goods. But then there's also restaurants too. There's like pho. Not even sure what's over there anymore. But the thing is it's convenient, and we've had some winter going on. I haven't been walking to many places, but I can walk there for sure. I can also ride my bike to work, which is a huge, huge benefit. Once the weather gets a little bit nicer, it's like a 10-minute bike ride, and two 10-minute bike rides a day really, kind of changes things. So I'm happy to be close to everything again. In some ways, when I had moved to the country at first, it's like, oh, I'm going to be separated and I'll be alone and I'll be lonely. And what I found was that it was just the human energy that was lacking. There wasn't any energy lacking. It was just not a lot of humans were around. And if we think here, I'm in this beautiful old Victorian house. So there's 4 apartments here. So I'm in a building with a bunch of humans. There's humans next door. There's humans across the street. So the proximity of humans has gone up. And I get to see a lot of dogs now too.
Ooh,
So people
okay.
are constantly walking by with dogs. So that's like definitely a benefit to being in the city is getting to see people, getting to pet dogs, and then just getting to places easier. It's easier to say yes to get to somewhere where it's only 10 minutes away, as opposed to when I lived in the country when it was like, oh, this is a 30-40 minute drive, just to get there. So convenience and proximity are probably the 2 biggest benefits to living in the city for sure.
Well, that's good. And since you mentioned I'm actually getting into Indian food now, so
Oh, yes.
something new to me, but I love Indian food. It's like my fave.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it too. And I think I only made it once over the winter here, but I love to make curry. It's a really long process.
Mhm.
Um, but that process of cooking almost it like makes me appreciate the food a lot more because I give a little love into each step. So the food tastes like my love at the end. A lot of love.
Now, before I get into my inspirational quotes, I do have this other question I wanted to ask you.
Mm.
I know you don't do it anymore, but what happened to your hula hoop company? Because I really had loved I really had loved your ultra hoops.
It was fun. There was a fun go of things. Um, I think kind of what I think I felt like it ran its course. I did almost every festival in Buffalo. I did a lot of birthday parties. I did a lot of bachelorette parties. I was doing the fitness classes. And so I think there was just a point. So when I got rid of the space at Forest and Elmwood, I felt the need to just take a break from things. I think
Oh
that was
yeah.
2017. So I was like, I had just been going for about 10 years of serving the public, holding events, running festivals, doing the hula hoop classes and everything. And I remembered it was just like, I just need a little rest from this. And at that point I started going into sales. So I went into home construction sales. Um, and the thing about the hula hoop business was that it was like a labor of love. I wasn't putting money away. I was just making ends meet. I am not money oriented whatsoever. Um, which might be a problem for me that I'm not money
Uh-oh.
oriented, but I'm more experience driven. And I knew that that work that I was doing was really providing good experiences for people, helping them, feel good and achieve something, physically moving, stimulating the belly area is always good for everything. So yeah, I mean, it just sort of, it was from me needing to take a break and then me just sort of going in another direction. I
Oh.
guess I do miss it, and I do think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when I was trying to get into it and I couldn't do it. I'm
Was
like,
those
"Okay."
under the hoop? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you did it for a couple rotations. That's the thing is like, I tried to make it so, it's set to a point where you gotta have the right tool for the job,
Yeah,
so I had
yeah,
those
you
bigger
do.
hoops that made it easier. Yeah. But I did teach a lot of people how to hula hoop, and we had those contests, so people are like, "I won something," you know?
And I remember that we had oh yeah, that we did consignment with you, me and Shanita.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a wonderful point. I mean, it was you and Shanita, and then I think a couple other people from your group, and then probably a dozen other artists, I guess crafters you could call them, people that made stuff and did stuff. So yeah, that whole time I look back and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to offer that to everybody. Um, we had at least hundreds of artists be able to have a space to sell their stuff. And then we had all that music too.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean I was able to hold it down. It was from '08 to 16. So about 8 years of having that space open and I never held back on who wanted to do what, whether it was their first time, their 500th time, whether they were a good musician or it was like a horrible band. Like we still gave you a spot because it's not necessarily always about the end product; it's about the process, And if people are working through their stuff, showing off their creativity, like I was into giving them space for it. I miss it sometimes.
Oh, you do?
Well, I mean, we had a good time.
Yes,
Like
we did.
yes, we
Yes, we
did.
did.
So I miss the idea of it. I don't think I'd want to take it up, in any way, and it would never be the same. We would those memories that we have are good ones, and it wouldn't be fair to our memories to say we're going to do it again.
Oh, no. But that's all right, 'cause I would definitely come to support you with your yoga classes.
Yeah, yeah,
I am
right.
very interested, so
Well, for yoga, yeah. So for you or any of your viewers that might know me or are friends with me, the YMCA they have a sliding scale as far as membership, and a lot of healthcare plans cover it completely, or they cover most of it. So most people can get a pretty low membership for the YMCA. And then since I'm a teacher, I'm pretty sure that anyone who does have a membership is able to bring a guest. So
oh,
I would be able to bring a guest I can bring as many guests as they want and they can
mhm,
come 3 times. So you're welcome to come 3 times. Come try
okay.
the yoga. Maybe we could sneak your staff in, you know, with you. Try to figure that out that way.
That's a good idea, 'cause I told her I was talking to her last week now, I told her, I'm like, "Well, instead of us going to the gym all the time, how about we try yoga?" And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
"As you know, a really
Right.
good friend of the yoga teacher that actually, is doing yoga classes now at the YMCA, so"
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, just yeah. So I'm at the Delaware location at 5 p.m. on Thursdays, and then I'm at William Emsley on Wednesdays. 5 to 5:45 is yoga, and then I'm teaching qigong from 6 to 6:45.
Oh, so it's a good thing you said because I was gonna ask that question, but it's a good thing you said that, so I don't have to ask that question. So what is 'cause you mentioned your second class, so what is that?
Qigong. Qigong.
Like, what do you do? That's what I'm talking what do you
It's
do?
it's energy work. So if
Oh,
you've ever heard of Tai Chi, Tai Chi is like you do these movements where you're sort of moving through space. So Tai Chi has a martial arts aspect. So this is a block and this is a push. And you could relate it to, you know, Kung Fu or some other martial art. So with Tai Chi, we're just trying to balance our own energy, remove any blockages that would cause stagnation, get our energy moving, fill our energy pools, and sort of bring in our innate power, our internal power of ourself. And with that, it's a preventer of any diseases, feeling yucky, feeling down, feeling tired, a ton of other things. And then it really kind of empowers you to sort of be in control and be in charge.
Oh,
Um,
I'll be up for that, all right.
yes, you would know something about that already. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I did
yeah.
Tai Chi one time.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, like we're all like, go, 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 busy, 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 get to this thing, get to that thing, feel tired, get a workout. No. And so the Qigong sort of it makes an attempt to like, hey, buddy, slow down a little bit. Come to your center here. Let's
Oh
just
yeah.
stand still for a moment. Let's just focus on our fingers. What about your fingers, my friend? Um, at least with my approach, with the stuff that I lead, um, we just sort of come to our center and start building our own internal energy.
I definitely agree about that.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. So that class is on Wednesdays. And that's the nice thing. If you came to William Emsley on a Wednesday, you could come at 5 and you can stay till 6:45 and get 2 classes in.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I'm down with that. That's all I gotta say about
yeah,
that. I'm down with that, so.
yeah. Good, good, good,
Okay. I knew you would say that, okay.
good.
Alright, well, now we got some inspirational quotes. I'm like, I know Melissa would love these quotes, so now this one is, well, hold up, I can zoom this thing in. Okay, well, I guess I won't be zooming it in. That's all right. This one is from Willie Nelson. Once you replace negative dots with positive ones, you will start having positive results. By William Nelson.
Amen to that, for sure.
I knew you would probably like that one,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
And
Mindset, yeah.
then this one is from my favorite poet of all time, Maya Angelou. If you don't, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. By Maya Angelou.
Yes, yes. Yep, little attitude adjustment, things seem a little better.
Now, since we're talking about social media, now I got my social media section, which I know you will be laughing at this because I just created a new account, by the way, just to let
Oh,
you know.
okay.
So
I'm
for
in.
yeah, for the upcoming new year. So
Okay.
do not forget to use Angie Show 2.0 to like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at Angelique E Show 2.0. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Angelique Show. And I would absolutely would love that. You can now follow me on Tumblr. That's my new account, y'all. Tumblr
Oh,
as well at Angelique214. Or, and this is gonna be funny, or Holy Glitter Angel. I figured something fresh for the new year.
nice, nice.
I did not know that I had created a Tumblr account a long time ago in I think it's 2014.
Huh.
And I'm like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I definitely gotta get back into it. I was like, and it's like a social network. It's not like social media, it's like a social network. So
I'll have to look into it. I do remember it, but I haven't been there in years. I probably have an account too.
And I did not know I was trying to get rid of that one account. I had my old account. I'm like, I guess I might as well keep it. So I just made a whole different account along with that though. So
Mm,
different blog.
yeah, yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh, and okay, I already read that part already. Oh, now I got the shout out. All right, let me zoom that back in. Okay, zoom, zoom, zoom. I know I've been talking about my second book, so I have to put that out there. Spoiler alert, I am working on my second book. It is actually almost done. So I will tell you, will let you know when it does come out. Hopefully
Okay.
in the springtime. So
Oh, that soon. Nice.
yeah. Hopefully. We're working on it. Me and Jim. I actually told him, well, when we come back in the new year, let's work on the book. So hopefully it'll be done by the springtime.
Mm,
So
mhm. You're so inspiring.
okay. You actually it's really funny because I just had a meeting yesterday. And it was really funny. We was talking about my interview that I had did for them, and it was like, you so, it was like, you rocked that interview, Angela. That's what it has said. You rocked that interview. You are a pretty good interviewer. I'm like, thank you. Stop it. You're making me blush now. You're making me blush.
I'm not surprised.
The one basically I said, well, if you have your own Netflix show, I make sure you have your own Netflix show. You got to have me on your Netflix show.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
well, either way, how would you make it happen? And I make sure you be on it.
yeah, right? Yeah, yeah. Me too. I'll be on it.
That's just like Jim. Jim was like, I should be the next Oprah. I'm like, I don't know about that. She's a millionaire. So
Oh, I remember her from my youth though. Everybody starts somewhere.
I agree about that. Oh, here we go. Where am I? Oh, Angelique show is going audio. It will be on my friend's streaming service, which is Hotability Radio 365 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. So you can go. So now you can go to the website to listen to unhireabilityradio.com. I am your host, Angelique Everett. And this has been another episode of the Angelique Show 2.0. I want to say thanks to my awesome and special guest, Melissa. Thank you,
Yeah.
Melissa.
Thank you for having me here, Angelique. I love you so much.
You know I had to have you now. You know that.
I feel blessed.
I'm Angelique, and I'm rocking in.